Welcome back to this hobby of ours. We are in the NYC and we're heading into the Horological Society of New York for an Oris special reveal. Let's check it out. All right, here we are in the NYC, coming to the Oris private event, courtesy of Josh and Megan, who emailed me about this business. This is the lovely check-in person. What is your name, check-in person?
Caroline.
Thank you, Caroline. Very accommodating. The bear. Do you mind if I get a shot? Your friend from the elevator.
Get in there.
Is the race on Sunday going to be a car club?
I think so. You can, if you would like to sneak by, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you.
So I have to tell you,
Absolutely, yeah. Louis Nunez, this is the Oris Diver 65 Red Bar Edition.
That's the New York Red Bar.
New York Red Bar, yeah.
Let me turn right side up. Yeah, perfect. Brilliant.
thank you, brother.
Cheers, man.
Let me an Oris goodie bag. All right, so in the event proper, horological staff there. So many friggin' watch books. If they weren't so darn heavy, I'd probably make off with all of them. The Oris event is going smashingly well. Bit of an embargo, got some special watches coming out of the event. That's the purpose of the event, to be fair. But I am looking forward to getting my hands on one of those Oris goodie bags. Gosh, nightmare coming into the city tonight. Just bloody well nightmare. I wasn't supposed to be in here today. Let's go out here where it's a little more quiet. And more or less what happened was, got in the wrong lane heading into the tunnel. And then my friggin' GPS crapped the bed twice. But then I got screwed coming out of the tunnel because I was too far right. I'm sweating putty balls. I got my favorite jacket. But I'm like literally sweating putty balls in here, but fabulous event. Speaking with St.John, one of the librarians on site, tell me a little bit about the society, brother.
So the Society is run as a non-profit to encourage the study of the art and science of horology. We have a library of over 25,000 items relating to time and timekeeping, so lots of clocks and watches, but also
bunch of books.
Subjects.
I love the books.
We have small exhibits. We have an exhibit of Seiko and Grand Seiko watches at the moment. We
brilliant.
teach classes on watchmaking in the evenings and on weekends. And we have lectures. We also fund scholarships for up-and-coming watchmakers.
That's outstanding. I understand it's a relatively recent thing that you're open to the public, because it used to be just for watchmakers, but now you're kind of spreading the love, spreading the hobby, and letting more people into the building, as I understand.
That's true. The Horological Society of New York used to be run as a professional guild. It's now run as a non-profit. The library is a relatively recent donation, and we're one of the few organizations like this that are open to the public.
I know, it's like I have a watch book library myself, and I have a fantasy where I'm going to donate it to my local library for the Hobby of Hours Horological Library Center, but I might have to just ship everything to you guys. I've seen we have some redundancy, but I also saw a bunch of books there I'm going to take. St.John doesn't know it, but I'm basically becoming friends with him, so he won't think any of the wiser of me making off with a bunch of the books in my Oris goodie bag giveaway bag.
Yes, everyone's got the books under their arms behind us as they're sneaking out.
There's booze and books and watches and everything, and of course I'm not really going to take any books away, but if I lived here in New York, I would be living here in the Horological Society building for sure. They would have to kick me out every day. Well, I'm going to get back to the party, get back to the watches, get back to the Oris fun. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, brother.
Pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah.
We have some exciting things to show you tonight. It's about divers. For those of you who know the brand, we do a lot of work in divers watches, and divers are very much a part of who we are. We have Aquis, and we also have Diver 65, and this year marks almost 10 years of Diver 65, which is great. I'd like to introduce a special guest who made his way just now. 10 minutes. Just now. This is Rolf Studer, our global co-CEO, who made it in from Switzerland just now. And we're going to talk to you guys about a release we have coming tomorrow. So you guys are getting a special look at that release tonight. So we're going to talk about that. So when we think about Diver 65, 9 years, like I think we've been around a bit of time with Oris, but maybe people don't know like what was going on at the time when Diver 65 was released to the public, or when we kind of thought of that back about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time, 10 years ago, and when you think back, you see all these things that have changed, right? It was the beginning of the retro trend in watches, and we were quite early to that, even though it wasn't so easy to get the whole thing done. At that time, Ulrich was still our CEO, Ulrich Herzog, who bought the company together with Dr. Portman in 1982. So we are an independent company. People aren't just managers and stay for 3, 4, 5 years. They stay for a long time, like Rich and myself too. And Ulrich, he didn't really like to look back so much. Yes, the history of Oris, of course, at the time, 100 years of Oris, but looking back to the 60s or 70s wasn't something he liked to do, because these were the times they just got out of, right? They overcame the watch crisis, and they wanted to look towards the future, do new things, not look back. But nevertheless, we got Diver 65 at the time done, and it was more or less an instant success.
Yeah, I mean, I think Diver 65, for those, I mean, it really kind of helped us as a brand. I think it really put us on the radar of many people in the watch community. I think it was really a turning point. I looked at, as in my time with Oris, I looked at to be one of the real turning points, or real parts of the brand, or time of the brand, that really kind of kind of got a lot of attention from a lot of people.
Yeah, and people interested in the history of watches, interested in the history of Oris. The watch enthusiast community liked it from the beginning. It was also a platform on which we did a lot of watches for the community. Also here in New York, some projects started right here, right? And I think of the Red Bar edition.
Are there any of those in the house tonight?
Yeah.
I missed it. I couldn't.
And it let us talk about. It also gave us a chance to talk about the history of Oris and who we are and who we were at that time in a very natural way. And yes, here we are now, 10 years later.
Yeah. And now we have a redesign, right? So we have a watch coming. Obviously, it will be out tomorrow. We're going to show it to you this evening and ask you not to take pictures or post it. Just obviously, you can take pictures. Please just respect the embargo of the watch until tomorrow. When we redesigned the watch, like what was trying to be accomplished with a redesign of the product?
Yeah. Originally, Diver 65 was a retro watch, right? It's reference to the original watch from the 1960s. And now, in these 10 years, Oris has changed, we have grown. Diver 65, as you said, has its firm place in the Oris collection. So we also wanted to evolve the Diver's 65 range. Now it has a new name, it's not Diver 65 anymore. It's Divers, only Divers, because it's not a retro watch anymore. It's a classic watch. And when you look at it later, you will understand that it sits there more firmly. Small things have changed. You still recognize the watch, but quite a few things are different now.
Yeah, and what are those things that are, if you had to think about like what has changed in from the Diver 65 up into the new Diver's 8?
Yeah, the first thing you will recognize is maybe the ceramic top ring. Then you will see more polished elements on the watch, so it stands out more on the wrist. There are smaller things like a new font that's exclusive to divers now, that has been developed for that family. You will see that the bracelet is redesigned, is less flimsy, less retro, more modern. It is 200 meters waterproof now, whereas it was 100 meters. Diver 65 had a closed case back in most of the cases with the vintage logo on it. Now it has an open case back, so you see the red rotor. It has new proportions on the case, has a new crown, has different grip on the other side of the top ring, a new improved clasp. So a lot of things changed to keep it an Oris divers, but still bring it into a new era for it. To me, still, it is a watch with that vibe of the 60s, but more of a classic and not a retro watch anymore.
And there's also a quick change on the strap, right? Like something new that's new and developed for us.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
All these things I said. We just test pictures.
You have a better action. I don't have the action.
And the watch, not only that, but the watch also comes with 2 straps. So it's a bracelet and a strap.
And the retail price is $2,700 US. So and you get both the bracelet and the strap for $2,700. $2,700 US.
And the caliber?
So caliber 733. Yeah. So it's beautiful. So they're so thank you.
Which here now has a longer power reserve than it had before. It's now 41 instead of 38.
Can you clap? Can somebody clap for that? Yeah, so we're very excited about this. Again, on behalf of all of us tonight, thank you for coming to see it. We have the watches here, so we'll put some on the table that you guys can check out, try on. Again, each watch comes with a strap and a bracelet, and there's examples of the rubber straps there. Quick change on both those sides.
Are you going to have them at the booth?
There will be, yes. So tomorrow we will be at Windup. So we'll be at Windup all weekend. The watches will be for sale tomorrow at Windup. So we do have them there. So please come visit us and see us. It will be good. And then Saturday night we're also having a social club party at the Trailer Park Lounge. So please join us there as well. So
I always like this one.
Trailer Park is good. Yes, it is a good one. So. Yes. So again, thank you all for being here.
Can I grab one of those? This one. Thank you, sir. Gorgeous. Quick release, 200 meters. All right, Oris, thank you for a fabulous event. Beverages were had, food was served, and a bunch of great new watches, complete redesign of their seminal dive watch. My goodness gracious, what a blast. I want to say thank you to the staff, both Oris team members and of the Horological Society, for putting on a fabulous event. Truth be told, it took me 2.5 hours to get here from Jersey. Yikes, the traffic. But absolutely worth it. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and there's more to come from this fabulous horological weekend. We will catch you in the next one. Peace! Gosh, it's cold. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones. Watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride.